continue on.
Plus make it bigger for you?
Sometimes it does.
Okay.
Hello, everybody. I'm Stanley Smith, and I'm here with Connecting Consciousness member and guest today, Kerr. We're talking about all things Illinois and Carol's new endeavor, creating a site, developing a site for healing center. Carol, you're in Sheboygan, Illinois, is that correct?
Charbonneir.
Yes. See, I'm showing my ignorance again of the rest of the state. I'm in downtown Chicago, and I slowly piecing together all these important parts of the states. And you mentioned this is near what was originally the state capital, but again, I don't know where that might have been. So just tell us a little bit about where you are and the impetus for the healing center.
We are just off of Route 51 and about 15 miles south of I-70 between Indianapolis and St. Louis. That's where 70 runs. If you go south on 57, you'll hit Effingham, and then you would go west and you'd go to exit 61 or 63, trying to remember which one it is. And that'll take you on Route 51 and you go south there. And that's how you get to it. The state capital, the old state capital of Vandalia, is about 2 hours south of the new state capital, which is Springfield, Illinois, or about 5 hours from Chicago.
Okay, so you're centrally located.
Pretty much.
And then the healing center. It sounds like you've had a career in developing healing products and working in the area of healing, and now that's going to transition into actually a site. Is that correct?
Yes. It's kind of cool because it's going from 3D healing to quantum healing, which I've started doing already. I had no idea that we were so capable of healing ourselves. And that was one of the gifts of, the awakening for me, is not suffering in pain 24 hours a day like I was. Even with the cannabis and the products I made, I still suffered all the time until God relieved me through meditation.
And so the premise of quantum healing versus 3D healing is the idea of healing ourselves. Is that part of the premise?
It's based on energy. We're all generators, and you're constantly 24 hours a day. You're either generating positive energy or negative energy. And based upon your diligence to your own path is how much better and better it gets. As you ascend, your body gets better. That's all I can tell you, because that's how it's working with me. The higher my frequency gets, the less I hurt, and the happier I am, the more I'm generating positive energy and sharing it with others. And with the alchemy part of it, I've actually learned to magnetize my words so that I can draw others to me. And you want to be careful what you say, because it's going to come right back. So it's really exciting.
In another program, I heard they did mention the importance of words and the use of words, meaning of words. And they pointed out that the root meaning of the word, spelling in relationship to words is the idea that, in a sense, every word we use is something analogous to a spell,
Right.
Kind of interesting.
Well, I mean, the divine mind comes from God to our heart, up to our head. But the carnal mind, the mind that man has with all of the garbage that they bring in, that comes from your senses, your human senses. And when that goes in there, your brain makes up whatever it wants. That's why your reality really isn't your reality. If it came from your brain, it's whatever your brain decided to believe. It's nothing to do with your co-creation or you controlling anything. It's your brain taking control and telling you either be afraid or be happy or be drunk or whatever. And it's all based on what you see, what you feel, like that. And the belief that I have, and what I hear from the ascended masters, is that your feelings are what carries your whole spiritual divinity. When you feel, you think, and then you act. So if you're feeling the correct things, you're going to think the right things and act the right way.
And that's what will be manifest.
That's right. What you think is what you are, for real.
I had a conversation with Rainia and Michael Marshall about the lymphatic system, and in that conversation, we were talking about healing and general health, and it occurred to me that probably one of the most important parts of healing processes is wanting to be healed. And that sounds obvious, but I thought it's not so obvious because some of us are kind of invested in our 3D lifestyle for good or for bad. Even if we are suffering, at least it's familiar to us. And it's really hard to give up what the familiar is for something unknown. So would you agree that's the first step of wanting of healing, is that you have to have the desire to be healed?
I think you have to have the belief. You can want to be healed by anything, but if you don't believe that you actually have the power to heal yourself, or that even God has the power to heal you, I don't see what wanting is going to get you. It starts with believing, if you ask me.
So tell
Believing
us,
that something can heal you, you know? You may not, the person who's coming to you, like if I came to you and said, hey, dude, I see you have something. May I tell you about it? Would you like to hear about it? And you open yourself to me, you're accepting that knowledge from me. But if you just flat turn it off, you've made a choice and you will suffer based upon your own choices. That's the hard part to believe, is that we are all suffering as a result of our own choices. We want to blame the deep state. We want to blame God. We want to blame Satan. I mean, the next door neighbor. We want to blame everybody. But the truth of the matter is, if you're not well, it's because you choose not to be well. You choose not to believe the path that will take you there.
but that's, I guess, what I was getting at, was the idea that some of us are stuck. I mean, to some degree, and some more than others. I mean, I can speak for my own situation that yeah, I feel like in some areas I'm stuck, and I don't really feel like I've consciously thought about wanting to get out of that because it's familiar to me. So I guess that's something I need to work on. But the healing center that you're working on physically, it'll be a physical location on your property. Is that right?
Correct. Well, it's not on the property I live on, but it's across the creek. We have a separate property. And it was a 10-acre patch. And we cut the house and an acre off, and we were going to sell it. And then last February, I started waking in like November. And by February, my meditation, I was just telling me, you need to dedicate this land. I just felt like I needed to dedicate the land to God and go from there. And it started with the infinity shaped trail, and it led to a healing center. And now there's these amazing people reaching out to me that want to be a part of it. And we're getting together on a regular basis. I'm waiting for 2 girls to get here now. We're bringing the power together. We're understanding that we've pretty much done what we can do for the public. And now it's time for us to join together, unite our power, and start calling out.
That's terrific. You mentioned November. You woke up in November. What was the impetus for that, if I may ask?
I heard about the children, and it softened my heart. It's pretty much an atheist at that point, because I had seen so much garbage. And I thought, if there's a God in control of this, he must have lost his mind, because this is, I've never been able to resonate with all the nonsense going on since Vietnam. I was 7 years old sitting in front of the TV crying. Why are they spitting on those people? They went to war for us. My dad taught me that they were, even though at this day and age, we know all war is ridiculous and made up just to keep us enslaved, those people didn't know that they were going and doing the government's bidding, causing trouble. And even any human, you just don't spit on them. And that's what they were doing. They played out so many things in front of us, but I've never believed any of the garbage going on. So when that happened, but then when I heard about the children, I said, oh no, if there's that much evil, there has to be that much good. And I fell on my knees. Forgive me, I was wrong.
That's terrific. So you experienced a trigger which pushed you in a new direction. That's terrific. And then when did you join the Connecting Consciousness group?
I don't know. I've been watching Simon, Charlie, watching different movie videos and stuff, and just heard that Simon had started that. I always liked the way Simon talked and behaved.
Yes,
He's a different flavor. I enjoy his mild manner and cats and everything. I like Simon. I just like the way he presents himself. He doesn't play airs and make up games, and tomahawks and crap. He just bees himself, and I like that about him.
He's very calming.
Genuine. Yes.
So Carol, you'll be having
I joined a few months ago.
and you're having a gathering at your location coming up. Is that Saturday, the August 7th? So that's next, not this Saturday, it's next Saturday, Saturday, August 7th.
A little less than 2 weeks. Yes, sir.
And then what are you envisioning? That's like going to be like just a gathering, and people can bring something to eat.
84th birthday, and since he donated the land for the cause, I wanted to celebrate his life and his donation to that. And so we invited all his friends. We have a man cave here with a pool table set up, and everybody loves to play pool. We've got picnic table, chairs, you know, whatever, to sit around here, pull up a thing. We have lots of land to put up tents, and we just wanted everybody to come and hang out with us. You're welcome to come in Friday night. We'll set you up with a place to camp. You can borrow
so
our
camping.
We
So
got
it's a camping opportunity.
Yes. And then,
Okay.
and you could stay through Sunday. I mean, so we could play all day Saturday. At 111, we're going to go down, or no, 222, we decided, because 111 was too close to lunch. So at 222, we're going to go down, and I'm going to show you guys the property, tell you my dream, tell you what God said could be there. And he told me, if you build it, they will come. And so far, ever since I put the word out there, it seems like that's what's happening, and I'm very happy about it. We have this one member, I can't remember, I don't want to say a name because I'm afraid I'll say the wrong one. There's so many new ladies, but one lady is so on fire. She has connections to like a ton of different things, like this something egg and stuff like that, where we want them to bring them there. We will sell them in our front office restaurant area, and people could benefit from the one that's there. We want to do services for free. Our clinic is free. We're not charging anybody. So what we're trying to do is get them, what we're hoping for is a donation of the technology, and we'll be happy to put all their information there so others can purchase them and advertise for them on our website, which is being built right now by Bob and I think it's Mike. They're working on it. So, we'll be happy to do for them in exchange for getting some of these things out there. I know Dr. Oh gosh, I get his emails all the time. Now I can't tell you his name, but he has the canisters that go under the beds. I talked to him several months back. So at the time I didn't have a healing center, excuse me, plan, firmly established. Now,
Yes.
like I said, you can go out there. Our next immediate needs are 3 culverts, 5 picnic tables, and a couple of loads of rock. But if they don't show up, y'all will just have to jump that hole, sit on the ground, park on the dirt. But it'll be all right still. We'll still have a good time.
And then the immediate needs for the healing center itself, will that be a temporary structure, or will be a permanent structure? How are you envisioning
Structure. It will
permanent structure?
definitely be a permanent structure.
And it's
And
going to be called.
It will have a lot of glass, and there will be no EMF on the property. In the front where the restaurant is, you could use a cell phone. We'll probably have solar and gas and stuff like that. But as far as on the back property, we don't want people to take cell phones back there or anything. When you go to your appointment, you just leave your cell phone. We're hoping to have like lockers that the people who come to the healing center for appointment, with any luck, we'll have like a golf cart. So you meet up at the restaurant at the Hesea Cafe, and it would be the Hesea Hesea Now Healing Center and the
Yes.
Hesea Now Roadside Cafe and Picnic Area. Hesea means rise up, and we want to rise up now. Hesea Now.
And is that a Native American word? Hesea?
Of the Dene language. Correct.
That's lovely. Well, so the center is in honor of your father
Honor
and named after Native American people. That's lovely.
Mhm.
That's
My
lovely.
father is Native American, so am I.
Oh,
Cherokee.
okay. Terrific. That's
Just
an
to
amazing
sum up what I
heritage.
got.
Well, and I know you have some interesting history about the original people here of this region. We'll have to share that another time because that's fascinating as well. But I just wanted to capture today the initiative, which is the Healing Center, and your gracious invitation to those of us who are interested and who are nearby or want to travel to your rather central location um, to participate in the inaugurational uh, celebration of the center. And that'll be Saturday, August 7th. And you said the actual ceremony will take place at 2:22 in the afternoon, but you're welcome to camp all weekend. So you can come Friday and stay through Sunday if you'd like.
Exactly. And it's really a property dedication. There will be inauguration when the building is up. But at this point, we just, a lot of people get online and say, oh, I did this, or we have this, we have that. I wanted people to be able to come here and see. Should your heart be touched, should you decide to participate, whether it's financially, with time dollars, just telling others, praying for us, come and see it, know what we're talking about, and see the love that we have, because that's all I'm about is love, 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 love. I want to love y'all. Come on, let's hug. Let's hug each other. Let's be together. Heck with them shots and all that crap. Let's just be together.
Well, Carol, I certainly appreciate that. As I've mentioned in other meetings, we've only been meeting since June of this year. Our group of Connecting Consciousness, and healing and the med beds and spiritual healing is one of the major topics that keeps coming up. And I really was impressed early on because people did just like you're doing. They were envisioning, well, what will this look like? How can we make this happen? And how can we get a healing center here in Illinois? And you're helping to manifest that in a real and important way. And you're not focusing on the limitations or the barriers. You're just simply putting a stake in the ground and making it happen. And that's very inspiring. It's encouraging. And I'm so pleased that you're finding help and support from other Connecting Consciousness members in the state of Illinois. So I congratulate you, Carol, and we look forward to hearing about the event. We'll have a meeting Friday night. We can talk about it more. And then after the event, we can hear kind of a recap of how it went and where we go next. So thank you so much, Carol.
Thank you. I appreciate the time.
I've enjoyed talking to you.
Take care.
Take care.